In today's video, I'll be breaking down some of LeBron James' best trash-talking moments. A lot of you guys enjoyed the Kobe version and asked me to make one on LeBron, so I had to make it happen. Throughout his career, LeBron has said plenty of things to his opponents, so I'm going to break it all down and give you guys some exclusive audio. If there's a specific player you want me to cover next, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we start the video, I've got to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Courtyard. If you're into sports cards, this platform is exactly what you need. It allows you to open packs online and pull real collectibles without having to run around from store to store searching for packs. That's why Courtyard is helping pioneer the next generation of commerce through gamified shopping. You can even see the possible chase cards and the odds before you open a pack. So, let's open one right now and see what we get. Ooh, this is a nice pull. I like it. Once you make your pull, the actual collectible is authenticated, insured, and safely stored inside their temperature-controlled vault. You can leave it there, trade it on the marketplace, or have the exact physical card shipped directly to you whenever you want. Slabbed, graded, vaulted, and just one click away from your doorstep. And if you pull something that isn't really your thing, you don't have to go through the usual hassle of finding somebody willing to buy it. You can sell it back instantly through their guaranteed buyback offer. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link at the top of the description, then use code LEGENDS15 at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase. Go check out Courtyard and see what you pull. Now, there's no better way to start this video than with LeBron's confrontation with Steph Curry. In Game 1 of the 2018 Finals, the Warriors had a double-digit lead with just 40 seconds remaining. And remember, this was the same game where J.R. Smith dribbled out the clock, so LeBron was already frustrated. He knew they had just blown their best opportunity to win, but Curry still wanted to put the game away in style. Even though the outcome was already basically decided, Curry started getting fancy with it, and this happened.
Basically, LeBron felt like Curry was breaking one of those unwritten rules of the game. But Curry fired back saying, "You couldn't give me that? You couldn't give me that?" LeBron wasn't trying to hear any of it and responded, "Get the hell out of my face." He even gave Curry a shove, which clearly caught him off guard. Curry didn't think the situation was that serious and immediately asked, "What did I do?" Klay Thompson seemed to understand where Curry was coming from, but LeBron stood his ground and told him, "That ain't basketball. It's not. It's not." Like I said though, this frustration had been building from the plays that came before it, so LeBron has simply reached his limit. Curry didn't try to take things any further, which was the complete opposite of Desmond Bane. Bane was ready to let LeBron hear all of it, and that was enough to make LeBron snap. With about 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Bane blew past his defender and finished the play while drawing a foul. He was fired up afterward and even bumped into LeBron. Bane wasn't backing down from anybody, so the two immediately got into it.
LeBron felt like Bane was starting to get a little too confident, so he went right back to work. On the very next possession, he drew a foul on Bane and gave him a long stare. LeBron clearly wanted some payback, so he went right back at him in the post and scored just a few seconds later. It looked like LeBron was getting whatever he wanted, but Bane simply couldn't miss. He knocked down 3 after 3 and even converted an and one over LeBron. That helped Memphis stretch its lead to 20 points. Bane started talking back to LeBron, but LeBron wasn't about to take it lightly. 2 free throws. That was the consolation. LeBron was clearly trying to remind Bane who he was dealing with, but at least Bane didn't get completely embarrassed like Jay Crowder did during the 2021 playoffs. With about 7 minutes left in Game 3, Crowder wanted the one-on-one matchup against LeBron. He believed he could slow him down, but LeBron could only laugh at the challenge. He didn't think Crowder was on his level, so he spun around him and finished with a smooth reverse layup. The entire Lakers bench loved it, which only encouraged LeBron to go right back into isolation. This time, Crowder actually managed to get the stop, and things quickly started getting heated.
James hit. Side.
Crowder kept talking back, so LeBron baited him into committing a foul. It was definitely a flop, but LeBron knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted to get Crowder as fired up as possible, and that tension carried over into Game 4. As LeBron drove in for a layup, Crowder grabbed him to prevent the easy bucket. LeBron clearly didn't appreciate the foul and snapped, "Get the hell off me." He didn't think Crowder's move was a legitimate basketball play, but Crowder simply looked at him and replied, "What?" It's crazy how much Crowder managed to get under LeBron's skin, but even that doesn't compare to how much LeBron seemed to dislike Joakim Noah. These two had their share of battles in the playoffs, and LeBron wasn't shy about reminding Noah exactly how things went down back in 2015. With about 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter, LeBron tried to attack the baseline, but Noah was called for a foul. Noah believed LeBron had sold the contact, so he started cursing at him and basically called him soft, but LeBron had his response ready.
You could tell that dunk was personal. And LeBron didn't even care about getting the technical. He told Tony Brothers, no, he talked to me first. Fair enough. Like I said, these two had history, especially going back to 2009. LeBron loved celebrating with his teammates and dancing after blowing teams out, but Noah clearly wasn't a fan of it. While LeBron was at the free throw line, he asked Noah, what happened? Noah responded, what? What are you talking about? LeBron kept moving toward him, and Noah finally snapped, saying, that's corny, man. Get the hell out of here. That's corny, man. Both players ended up receiving technical fouls, and honestly, it just shows how petty this rivalry could get. All that tension over a dance. But at least Noah didn't get embarrassed quite like Evan Turner. That moment also came during the 2015 playoffs after Turner hit LeBron with a hard foul in transition. LeBron clearly felt the contact was unnecessary, so he didn't forget about it. Then, with about a minute left in the fourth quarter, Boston was running out of time and desperately needed a basket. They went to Turner to make a play, but LeBron rotated over and blocked his dunk attempt. Turner believed he had been fouled, so LeBron decided to keep it real.
Turner really thought he was about to turn back the clock, but LeBron quickly brought him back to reality. Maybe that explains why Turner later made that tweet about LeBron's bubble ring. Now, let's talk about the time LeBron tried to get inside Kobe's head. It was Christmas Day in 2010, and these two faced off in a highly anticipated matchup. All eyes were on LeBron and Kobe, but it was LeBron who completely took over. He finished with a 27-point triple-double, while Kobe struggled to get anything going. The Heat were throwing different defenders and bodies at him, and Kobe was having a tough time creating his own shot. That's when James Jones stepped in and took a charge on this play, and LeBron started talking to Kobe. You could tell there was genuine mutual respect between these two, so LeBron tried not to take things too far. But when it came to the 2021 Pistons, LeBron showed absolutely no mercy. With just 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Detroit was making one final push and had managed to cut the deficit to 4. They quickly fouled LeBron, hoping to force him to miss at the free throw line. LeBron knocked down the first shot, so Cade Cunningham immediately told his teammates to be ready for the miss. LeBron heard the chatter, handed the ball back to the referee, and then turned toward Cade and said this. LeBron actually tried to attempt the blindfolded free throw, and it would have been absolutely crazy if he had somehow made it. He clearly wasn't taking the Pistons too seriously, but at least Cade didn't go out like Gilbert Arenas. Back in the 2006 playoffs, the Cavaliers had a 3-2 series lead heading into Game 6, so Arenas knew he had to give everything he had. He played well through the first 3 quarters and even sent the game into overtime with this three-pointer. It looked like Washington was going to force a Game 7,
But then something wild happened. With only 15 seconds remaining, Arenas had an opportunity to give Washington a 3-point advantage, but he missed the first free throw. The pressure was now on Arenas to knock down the second one, and that's when LeBron walked over. He tapped him on the shoulder and said, "If you miss this, you know who's going to win it, right?" Everybody assumed LeBron was talking about himself, but Arenas knew he was actually talking about Damon Jones. The two of them used to gamble at LeBron's house, and Jones had reportedly lost a ton of bets to Arenas. It got to the point where Arenas started calling himself the landlord because of how badly Jones was losing. But LeBron wanted to give Jones a chance to get some bragging rights back. Jones checked into the game for the first time, and LeBron intentionally passed up the final shot. The ball ended up in Jones's hands, and he knocked down the biggest shot of his career. The Wizards couldn't respond, and the Cavaliers went on to win the series. In a matter of seconds, Jones had gone from sitting on the bench to becoming the man of the night. It's crazy how that entire sequence played out. But LeBron brought that same energy when he dealt with Patrick Beverley. On March 29, 2023, the Lakers faced the Bulls, and LeBron was looking for some revenge. Beverley had just performed that little celebration in the previous game, so LeBron was ready for all the smoke. Just 3 minutes into the game, Beverley tried to score on LeBron again, but this happened. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. That was the kind of timing LeBron was on that night, and he completely took over from there. Nobody on the Bulls could stop him. Eventually, LeBron walked over toward their bench and said, "You can't guard me. You can't guard me. Is Pat Bev gonna guard me?" That's how confident LeBron was feeling. Beverley responded, "Don't point at me, bro. Don't point at me, bro." He knew there wasn't really a comeback for that, so he just kept it moving. Now, it's one thing when two players start going at each other, but a coach actually trying to fight you, we don't see that too often. But that's exactly what Ime Udoka tried to do in 2023. With about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Rockets were down 16 and were trying to make one final push. They were racing up the floor, but LeBron believed there should have been a violation.
Regardless, no violation was called, and Tari Eason went to the line for 2 free throws. LeBron continued arguing with the officials about the missed call, so Udoka finally said, "Y'all have got to stop crying like this, man." LeBron clearly didn't appreciate the way Udoka was talking to him, and the situation quickly became heated.
The fact that Udoka really wanted to get into it with LeBron is hilarious. You don't see an exchange like that very often, and it's pretty clear that LeBron doesn't like being called the B word. I mean, just ask Draymond Green. During Game 4 of the 2016 Finals, the Warriors were on the verge of taking a 3-1 series lead. LeBron was extremely frustrated with the way Cleveland was playing, so he ended up taking some of that frustration out on Draymond. While Draymond was setting a screen for Curry, LeBron shoved him to the floor and even stepped over him. Draymond got back up, but LeBron clearly didn't like what he said afterward. The two continued bumping into each other, and then this happened. LeBron had to be held back by his teammates as he told Draymond, "Don't call me no blank, don't call me no B." Draymond wasn't bothered at all and simply responded, "Right, right," but LeBron wasn't having it.
LeBron clearly meant what he said, and that sequence eventually played a role in Draymond getting suspended for Game 5. A lot of people had mixed feelings about the decision, while LeBron felt like he had been disrespected as a man. But that wasn't the only time LeBron wanted to get into it with somebody. On March 1st, 2015, tensions boiled over between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Houston Rockets. It started in the third quarter after LeBron nearly choked Patrick Beverley. The two spent some time tangled up on the floor, but then Harden took things to another level. While the two were battling for the ball, Harden went down and kicked LeBron between the legs. The officials immediately hit him with a technical, but LeBron was furious. He tried to go right back at Harden, and that's when Corey Brewer stepped in. Brewer started talking crazy to LeBron, but LeBron fired back. "What are you going to do? I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass." Even Damon Jones called Brewer a name afterward, so you already know Brewer must have said something slick to get that kind of reaction. LeBron explained his side of the situation to the referee, but no additional action was taken. Brewer really managed to get away with that exchange, but Alperen Şengün didn't get the same reaction. In Game 5 between the Rockets and Lakers, LeBron was trying to spark a comeback. Los Angeles was already down 13 with about 5 minutes remaining, so time was running out. That's when LeBron drew a foul while attempting a three-pointer, and Şengün couldn't believe the call. LeBron clearly didn't appreciate whatever was being said, and he quickly fired back.
You can see Man Thompson trying to stop Şengün from saying anything else, but by then, it was already too late. Basically, LeBron felt like Şengün had no business talking after some of the questionable plays he had made on the other end. LeBron just wanted to shut him down, and he had that same energy toward Kent Bazemore. This happened back in 2019, after the Lakers had built a comfortable lead over Portland. LeBron wanted to get one more shot up before halftime, but Bazemore was called for a foul. He believed LeBron had initiated the contact, but LeBron obviously disagreed. LeBron ended up knocking down the first free throw and still had plenty more to say. That's how irritated he was. But Bazemore kept going right back at him. He even called LeBron a flopper, adding, "That's what you are. That's what you are. You know it." However, LeBron got the final word. LeBron really doesn't play around when it comes to his strength, and Aaron Gordon found that out firsthand. With about 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Gordon tried to post up LeBron, but ended up tripping over himself. He got back up, but still couldn't establish good position and eventually turned the ball over. LeBron couldn't believe Gordon had challenged him like that, so he turned to him and said this. Basically, LeBron was trying to make it clear that there are levels to this game, but Gordon wasn't going to back down without a fight. During the 2023 Western Conference Finals, LeBron tried to move him again, but Gordon stood his ground and refused to give up position. The two stayed locked up for several more seconds, with their arms tangled together, and eventually the tension boiled over into an altercation.
Basically, Gordon was trying to give LeBron a taste of his own medicine, but LeBron wasn't having any of it. He also didn't appreciate the fact that Gordon had made the first contact to his face, but that's playoff basketball for you. Things are always going to get a little more physical and heated than usual, and Dillon Brooks is a perfect example of that. During that same playoff run, the Grizzlies matched up with the Lakers in the first round. Brooks was extremely confident in his chances, so he wanted to make life difficult for LeBron from the opening tip. He played him incredibly physical, but LeBron quickly showed him what was up. Pretty much everybody was enjoying the back and forth between them, but Brooks refused to back down. He even knocked down a jumper over LeBron and immediately stared him down afterward. Memphis eventually tied the series, and Brooks continued talking about LeBron during his post-game interview. What were you thinking?
I don't care, he's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. Should have been saying that earlier on. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
Brooks wasn't really backing down from anybody, but eventually, LeBron had enough of the nonsense. While both teams were warming up before Game 3, LeBron walked over to Brooks and gave him a very clear warning. Brooks knew he had probably taken things too far, and LeBron gave him exactly what he was asking for. Not only did LeBron dominate Brooks over the next few games, but Los Angeles eventually closed out the series with a 40-point victory. You really couldn't write this stuff any better.
But Brooks wasn't the only player LeBron had issues with. During the 2018 season, LeBron got into a heated back and forth with Enes Kanter. It happened after LeBron finished an alley-oop dunk and ran directly into Frank Ntilikina. LeBron stood there waiting for Ntilikina to give him the ball, so Ntilikina gave him a couple of shoves. LeBron simply shrugged his shoulders, basically sending the message that he wasn't intimidated. That's when Kanter stepped in to defend his teammate. He told LeBron, "Don't mess with him, bro. Don't mess with him." LeBron fired back, "Get out of my face." It was obvious LeBron wasn't scared of anything Kanter had to say, but Kanter continued taking shots at him during his post-game interview. "I don't care who you are, king. What do you call yourself? King, queen, princess, whatever you are. You know what? We're gonna fight, and nobody out there is gonna punk us." Kanter was clearly trying to get a reaction out of LeBron, and reporters eventually asked him about the comments. Kanter doubled down, saying, "I'm gonna quit. You can call yourself king, queen, princess, whatever you want."
He caught what? What is it? Say it again.
You can call yourself king, queen, princess, and you're not gonna come.
Well, I'm the king, my wife is the queen, and my daughter is the princess, so we got all three covered.
LeBron knew exactly what kind of game Kanter was trying to play, so he showed up wearing these shoes for their next matchup. It was literally the definition of petty, but at least Kanter never elbowed him in the face. In Game 4 between Los Angeles and Minnesota, Anthony Edwards was at the free throw line with about 30 seconds left in the third quarter. The Lakers were rolling, so LeBron tried to box out his man and prepare for a potential miss. However, Gobert didn't appreciate the shove LeBron gave him, and things quickly got out of hand.
You know, LeBron is really mad when he drops the B word twice, but Gobert fired back. Soft ass mother. He felt like LeBron had exaggerated the contact, but the play was ultimately upgraded to a flagrant one. It's crazy how many big men seem to have no problem standing up to LeBron. Now, there's no better way to wrap up this video than with the Stephen A. Smith debacle. On January 28, 2025, Bronny had a chance to make an impact against Philadelphia, but he finished the game scoreless. He struggled to make much of an impact on either end of the floor, and Stephen A. Smith took the opportunity to criticize his performance and call out LeBron.
Pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. You're exposing your son like this?
LeBron clearly didn't appreciate the way Stephen A. criticized him, so he decided to address it face-to-face. During a game against the Knicks, LeBron noticed Stephen A. sitting courtside and saw the perfect opportunity. He stepped away from the team huddle, walked over, and had a few words with him. I'm not even sure if Stephen A. said anything back, but he quickly sat back down. LeBron really had this man checking the weather app afterward. LeBron later explained to Richard Jefferson why he confronted him. Basically, he didn't want people turning Bronny's performance into a question about his parenting or fatherhood. Still, Stephen A. continued discussing the situation and eventually explained what he believed would have happened if things had gotten physical. Let me assure you, it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked, because if that man had put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. After that, LeBron took to Instagram and posted a boxing video to make his point even clearer. And honestly, it's pretty wild how rough that form looked. Maybe one day we'll actually see a boxing match between the two. But for now, LeBron said what he needed to say. And that pretty much wraps up the video. Where would you rank LeBron among the greatest trash talkers in NBA history? And who do you want to see covered next in this series? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.